What's going on, guys? It's Stock Picks by Tim. Now in this video I wanted to go over VGX, Voyager Digital, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail. I've got a short clip to show you, then we're going to get into my thoughts, what I actually think. How much money are we going to get? Are we going to get any money? I don't think we are going to get everything that we are owed. And I'm going to go into why. Now, first off, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like these videos. I put out daily videos, so consider sticking around. And also, don't forget to check out the links below. Free crypto, free stocks, gotta love it. Let's roll that clip.
For the first time in history, failed cryptocurrency platforms are turning to corporate bankruptcy law to salvage their insolvent businesses. And with those novel moves comes the novel issue of just how bankruptcy courts will prioritize their millions of customers' frozen crypto assets. Cred, Celsius, and Voyager Digital are three crypto platforms that filed for bankruptcy under Chapter 11 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code. All of the companies first blocked their customers from account withdrawals, then filed for protection that bankruptcy offers to hang on to their customers' crypto and effectively push its fate into judges' hands. While crypto presents a new type of asset for bankruptcy courts to manage, long-established rules for the hierarchy of creditors will govern exactly how the debtor's crypto assets are divvied up. Customers whose crypto assets are now tied up in bankruptcy will fare better or worse depending on how their customer agreement describes their holdings and how the platforms actually stored their funds. Arrangements that clearly segregate customer crypto from the platform's own assets are a best-case scenario for crypto holders because their property must be set aside from the bankruptcy estate and returned. Other arrangements that pool together customer crypto, controlling the assets in a common account, are much more vulnerable because they'll likely become part of the bankruptcy estate and get relegated to general unsecured debt. That position unfortunately ranks far from the top of the creditor food chain.
Alright guys, so you see this list, we are on the very bottom of the food chain here. And that's why I really don't think we're going to get a whole lot. We're going to get left with the measly scraps, like a hungry little dog.
The company even pointed to a provision in its agreement saying that it and its customers agreed to the unsettled nature of their rights in the event of insolvency. Legal experts say crypto holders looking to recover their assets need to look at their agreement's fine print. They note that even accounts on the same platform can be governed by separate agreements. And making the matter still more complicated, wallets sometimes appear to customers as segregated when in fact they're commingled. For crypto holders designated unsecured creditors, there's no guarantee of any payout at all. They'll stand in line for what's left of the bankruptcy estate, behind post-bankruptcy vendors and administrative expenses, employees, bankruptcy lawyers and bankers, and to secured creditors like banks and other lenders, and even junior secured creditors who are next in line. Adding to that uncertainty are the inevitable fluctuations in crypto prices, along with unsettled lawsuits, and the possibility that a bidder could buy up the bankruptcy estates, all of which could leave more or less crypto to go around.
While we aren't on the very bottom of the list, that is reserved for actual shareholders, we basically might as well be on the bottom of the food chain here. Just because there is someone under us in terms of who's actually going to get paid out, doesn't mean we're going to get much of anything, because going over to Investopedia, you'll see what bankruptcy means to shareholders, and they say that common shares, regular stock, will become practically worthless and stop paying dividends. The stock may be delisted on major stock exchanges. And here's an important note for us unsecured creditors. Basically, whoever gets priority is listed in order legally, so listed by your legal name most likely. An important thing to note, after secured and unsecured claims are paid, then stockholders receive payment. More often than not, stockholders will not be repaid. So just because we're not on the very bottom, we might as well be on the bottom of the food chain here. Now, all hope is not lost. I do think we will get something, just so people don't complain too much, because if we got zero, we would likely see an outrage, and whoever buys Voyager, whether it's FTX, Binance, or somebody else, hint hint, I think it's going to be FTX for a few reasons, but that will leave a sour taste in investors' mouths if there isn't some kind of payout. Whoever takes over could be possibly seen as the bad guy, whether or not it's true. But one thing I did want to go over here for you guys is I did want to show you Cred, and this is a previous company that went through bankruptcy, and I want to show you what happened to people in that regard, and it is not good. So in terms of ownership of crypto, Cred's customers did not retain ownership of their crypto following transfer to Cred. Instead, credit earned transactions were treated much like any other loan in a fiat currency. So this seems like slightly different than VGX or Voyager, but important thing, when Cred filed bankruptcy, its then current holdings, whether traceable or not, became property of Cred's estate and available to satisfy the obligations of all creditors. And because we don't have personal wallets for Voyager, all this crypto is essentially theirs. There really are no legal rights that we have that say that this is actually ours. So in reality, I find it very unlikely that we're going to get paid out everything that we're owed. We will likely get a small sliver. Now, of course, Voyager's bankruptcy doesn't have to go the same way as Cred did, but I feel like that's all we really have to go off of recently. And there is a long line of people that need to get paid out before we will get paid out. So I really do think we will get a very small portion, but we will get something. Although many of us probably won't be happy with it. But how do you feel about this? Do you think we're going to get any money back or not? Do you think we're going to get everything that's owed to us? Or do you think we're going to just get the crumbs off of the table? The hearing was pushed back, as I've said before, guys. Now we're waiting towards the mid of October, but we are slowly approaching some closure. And I personally would like to move on in life. I would like to get what little amount I can out of there and never look back. But what do you guys think? Are you going to be a huge VGX token fan moving forwards, if it even stays a thing? Definitely always curious about your comments. Thanks as always, guys, and take it easy.